Okay, so the inquiry that we're going to do today is based upon the three zones of awareness in Gestalt. And this is more like a gross way of taking our awareness or noticing where our awareness is between three different zones. So as you sit here now, and you can close your eyes or have your eyes open, it's entirely up to you. Sense into your outer zone, which is that which is outside of you. Yeah, so this can be the sounds in your environment. It can be the photons of light passing through your eyelids. The smells, it very much is a senses zone, but on the outside, not really going inside, just being more with what's on the outside. And notice as you go into what's on the outside, whether this feels like natural today, and it always changes. Does it feel natural to rest your awareness in the outer zone today? And then go into your middle zone. And your middle zone is this place that has our thinking, our imaginations, hypothesizing, and notice if you feel drawn to this zone. And then go into the inner zone of awareness, which is that where the senses have moved. So that's what's being sensed is really going inside. And it may be sensations inside your body, physical sensations. It may be emotional sensations. And notice how easily it comes to you to be in this zone. Now I invite you to go into that zone which feels most natural to you this morning. Whether it's the outer zone, that which is in your environment, the middle zone, which is in thinking and imagining, or the inner zone. And whichever zone you're resting in, really be in it. Sense that you are perceiving in this zone of awareness. So if you're thinking, really be in your thoughts. Look at them. Be inside them. Maintain your awareness as you think. If you're listening to the sounds in your environment, or you're viewing the photons of light passing through your eyelids, be with it. Commit to being with it. Or if there is a physical or emotional sensation, there's no need to make a story of it. This would take you out of your inner zone. Rather, just be with the sensation. And then as you're sat here in these last few moments, sense that you exist. That the space around you exists. That I exist. The other people in today's class exist. And you're existing now in relationship to all of this and much more. This is presence. And then when you're ready, take a full breath in. And a long breath out. Feel how breath is an act of presence in and of itself. The breathing in is existing in relationship to the air. Breathing out is existing in relationship to the air. Feel the air as you breathe in, move into your lungs, nourish your whole body. And when you breathe out, feel what's no longer needed, moving out and nourishing the environment around you. 2 more breaths like this. And then when you're ready, lower your head and opening your eyes and looking up. Okay, so this class happening on a Saturday, a weekend, the first day after maybe a week in work. And so come up to standing there. And as you stand up, just sense what you're bringing into the practice right now as you stand here. And just start to have a little bit of a movement there. Yeah, just however you need to. Just a little bit of a movement, whether it's just a little bit of a sway or if it's a shake that's already happening. Just whatever comes to you as you're standing here. Now, as you're moving, sense into your left side. And as you move, feel how easily the movement comes to the left side of you. And at this point, it may not be perceptible, but just hold open the opportunity of sensing into the quality of your left side, how you're receiving the contact with the ground as you move. Does it feel full, plump? Does it feel dry and static, or somewhere in between? My words are always just suggestions. Feel free to find your own descriptors. And then go across to your right side. Keep moving though. It's not you've got to do it all on the right side, but just sense into your right side as you move. And feel how this is now. Does the right side receive the contact with the ground clearly? Or is there an element of stickiness? As you move, is there a lush quality to your right side? Or a dryness? And keep moving here. And if you're not already, you don't need to stop what you're doing, but start to introduce a little bit of a shake in one body part. Just one body part, start to introduce a little bit of a shake. And as you do this, feel how this starts to move through you. And as you're shaking in this one body part, do you find that you start to stop elsewhere? Try and keep the movement going and just shake in this one body part. And then introduce a shake to another body part without losing where else it is that you're shaking. And as you're doing this, notice how you feel as you do it. Do you feel good shaking? Or is there a sense of, oh, this feels a bit silly? Or I feel a bit silly. Do you feel comfortable shaking? Or do you feel exposed? Or somewhere in between? And as you're shaking here in these two body parts, lean a little bit to the left and feel how it is shaking on your left. Is there a fullness? Is there receptivity? And then go over to your right and feel how you shake here. Is there fullness, receptivity? And then arrive in the middle. And then just start to shake everywhere where you feel the top layer of your skin shaking, almost as if it's like clothes that are shaking on your bones. And then this shake is going inwards towards your organs. So it's like an outside shake traveling in. Feel free to like bend down, move around, walk around. I'm just not moving here because I want to stay close so you can hear me speaking. Now sense the space around you. And right now we're initiating from the skin shaking and going inward. Let's reverse that. Feel into your organs shaking. The cells of your organs shaking there. And begin to take the shake outwards into the space. Let your arms go out, take up space. Feel that you're kind of, anything that's not needed, you're just throwing out. It's like, lay it out here as you shake. Yeah. And then go to your left side, keep shaking, but just lean to your left. And as you're dispersing and throwing out here, on the left side, does this come easily? And then go to the right side. And notice here, can you throw out easily on your right side? Yeah, even make a throwing gesture if you like. Go back over to your left. Can you throw out? And then go over to your right. Are you able to throw out as clearly here? More, less, the same? And you're just noticing. And then arrive in the middle. Let's go back to the outside shake. Feel that you're covered in wax. And feathers are falling from the sky and you're trying to shake them off. They go into the inside of your legs. They're going onto your feet. How can you shake them off your feet? And then sense that you're shaking on the inside. And you want to create this bubble around you filled with your energy. So begin to shake your energy into this bubble. Can your back energy also be in this bubble? The back of your thigh energy be in this bubble. Your elbow energy be in this bubble. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Turn it up. Turn it up. If you're at 7, turn it up to 8. Fill this bubble with what you need. This protective bubble. Turn it up to 9. Really go into your bone marrow here now. Fill this bubble with you. With your power. With your life force. Now, for the last 30 seconds, turn it up to 10. Go into the depth of your bone marrow, into the depth of your cells. Feel that you're like a battery in some ways. The more you shake, the more you're regenerating your bubble. Ask yourself, am I at 10 for the last 20 seconds? Am I at 10 for the last 10 seconds. And then when you're ready, stop. Eyes closed, just stand here. Sense into your bubble that's around you. Feel into your body from the inside out. You don't need to feel with your mind. Just sense you can travel anywhere. You can shine a spotlight of awareness on any part of you, and you're alive. Take these last few moments here. Now from here, keep your eyes closed if you wish. Feel into this circular bubble that you're in. It's your space. And just start to roll through a particular part of you. Let a particular part of you make circular motions. Let these circular motions spread. And feel that in your bubble, it's not empty. It's filled with you. It's filled with what you wish to take in from that which is outside of you. It's your bubble of presence. Presence is not empty. Filled with life. That which isn't alive cannot be present. It's filled with your consciousness. And if you like, let the palms of your hands feel into this bubble. Keep your circles going. And just if you like, repeat to yourself silently or out loud, however you prefer, as you move. Here I am. And say that again, and this time, say it just from thinking. Just think the words, here I am, and say it. Now sense into your hands. You may even look at the lines upon your hands that you've created from your most earliest moments. Feel into the depths of your abdomen. Sense it into your hopes. Sense it into all the moments that have brought you here. And from all of what you are, say, here I am. And then start to turn down the movement. Keep with your presence, your bubble of presence that extends from the inside out. And in your own time, find a place in which to stand. Yeah, place your hands somewhere on your body if you like, or just let your hands be heavy, or maybe hands in a prayer. And set your intention, not only for this session, but the weekend ahead. Something that you can come back to anytime that you want to over the weekend. An intention. And then take 4 breaths here. Breathing your intention. And from here, lower your head, open your eyes. Yeah, exactly. Maybe let out your arms a little bit. So we move into the next part of today's practice. So here you are, the front edge of your mat, and you have your bubble around you that you're practicing within. And turn your palms upwards. And as you inhale, lift with your arms, lift your heels. And as you breathe out, bow forward. Begin to roll up. Lift with your heels, lift with your arms. Feel how it is to move in your bubble. And then breathing out, forward. Rolling up. Heels lift, arms lift. Touching the contents of your bubble with your palms. And releasing forward. One last time, rolling up. Gathering. Feeling. And releasing forward. When you're ready, come onto all fours. And begin to wave through your spine. And sense in here, even as we go into the more yoga part, that your movements are generating. They're generating the life force that's within you and moves around you. Waving through your spine. And then from here, step back into downward facing dog. Yeah. Sense into the temperature of your body. And then from here, let's take right foot in between hands. Bring down your left knee. Come on up. Now wiggle your right foot just a bit further forward because you're going to lengthen your right leg now. And inhaling, lift with your arms. As you exhale, bend into your right knee a little. Push your hands down. Elbows in towards your ribs. Turn your palms up. And as if you're cutting through the air with your palms, lift your chest, look upwards. As you breathe out, look forward, push your hands down. And again, inhale, lengthen through your right leg. Lift with both arms. As you breathe out, push your hands down, glide forward. Palms turn up, elbows in, open your hands out, look upwards. And then look forward, push your hands down. Lift with your left arm, feel the length through the left side of your body. And then take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, palms unite as you spiral. Take one more breath there. And then bring down both hands. We step back into downward facing dog. Bring in your left foot in between your hands. Take down your right knee. Maybe just wiggle your left foot a tiny bit further forward. Lengthen for your left leg. Gather up. As you breathe out, bend into your left knee. Push down. Elbows in, turn your palms up, opening out. Let your chest lift, let your head lift. And then breathing out, looking forward, push your hands down. Remember, this bubble is not empty. This air is not empty. As you gather up, lengthen your left leg. As you breathe out, push down, bend your knee. Let your palms turn up, elbows in, opening out, looking upwards. And then breathing out, push your hands down, look forward. Lift with your right arm. Feel your right side now lengthening. And bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Palms unite. One more breath. Bring your hands down. Step back into downward facing dog. Feel into what you need here, whether it is a vinyasa, whether it's a cat-cow, child's pose, whatever you need, and move into it. And we'll meet up in about 3 to 4 breaths. And then if you're in downward facing dog, let's take about 3 or so breaths here in downward facing dog. And walking your feet behind your hands. Come down into a squat, however this is for you. Lengthen through the backs of your legs. Roll up to stand. Your head is the last thing to come up. Now bend both knees. Yeah. And as you inhale, open your chest here. Feel your arms opening out almost from your heart. And as you breathe out, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. Feel that you can make this C curve with the back of your body, your fingertips touch. And as you inhale, your sit bones move back, your chest lifts upwards. And then breathing out, curling in. And perhaps you could feel that as your sit bones move back, your chest lifts, arms open, you create a C in your back. And then as you curl forward, you create a C in your front body. Let's do this 2 more times. And it's not that we're squeezing front and back here, rather we're just passing through, feeling the opposites. And as you feel into the opposites, do you feel more awake when you curl forward? Or do you feel more awake when you curve backwards? And then from exploring these opposite movements, arrive in standing. Remind yourself of your intention. Gathering up the air, lift both heels. As you breathe out, release forward. Step back into downward facing dog. Now the invitation is to find into what you need here. What I can sense I would like right now is doing a side plank, but maybe there's something else that you'd like to pass through. And we'll meet up in about 5 to 6 breaths. And wherever you're moving, just feel how you move through opposites. That you're constantly moving through opposites. And yeah, we inhabit opposites all of the time. This is what creates balance. From this point, I'll mirror you. Lift your left leg. Now, without taking your shoulders forward, bring your left knee in front of your right knee. Circle your left knee towards your right arm, your left arm, and then circle behind your right knee and up. Left knee scoops down in front of right knee to right arm, to left arm, behind right knee, and back. So try not to take your shoulders forward there. Stay in the same position. It's almost like you stay in downward facing dog as you do this. One more time. And then from here, bring your left foot in between your hands. And come on up. So now we're in a high lunge. Spread both sets of toes on the floor. Left leg lengthening as you inhale, lift with your arms. As you breathe out, push down, bend into your left knee. Let your palms turn up, opening. Come into your back bend here. As you breathe out, look forward. Push your hands down, bend into your left knee. And again, inhale, gather up, lengthen through your left leg. Moving in your bubble. Push your hands down. Turn your palms up, opening out. Spread through your collarbones. Feel your right glute supporting you as you lift with your chest. And then look forward and push down. Lift with your right arm. Now as you breathe out, take your right hand to the inside of your left foot, spiral to your left, lift with your left arm. 2 more breaths. And now let your left arm move down, turn to face the long edge of your mat, feet parallel. Take a full breath in. As you breathe out, you can breathe out. If you make a sigh there as you bow forward. Let's take a few moments here. One more breath. And then rolling up. Allow your feet to turn out. And open out through your hands. Now just feel how far your bubble goes out to the side. Can you touch the edges of your bubble? Or do you feel that the edges go further than your hands can reach? And then arrive in the middle. And as you breathe out, bend into your knees. Let your palms push down. So your palms are facing your chest. Leaning to your right. And feel that you condense on your right side to lengthen through your left. And then round forward. Let your back round here. Over to your left. And you come up. And then condense to your left. Rounding forward. Over to your right. And up. Let your hands move out. Feel that you want to go towards one side of your bubble. And then you want to go over to the other. Like your fingertips are directing right now. They're directing this movement, initiating, and your heart is following. And arrive in the middle. Find the middle point, both within yourself and within your bubble. And as you breathe out, slide down this middle point. Bring your elbows to your thighs. Look forward. And on your axis now, from your perineum through to the crown of your head, spiral to your right. To the center. Spiral to your left. To the center. Look forward. And then bring your hands either side of your left foot. Step back into downward facing dog. Find what you need here. Let's meet up in about 3 to 4 breaths.
Now, when you're ready, lift your right leg and begin to take your right knee in front of your left knee towards your left arm. To your right arm, circle behind your left knee and up. And again, swerving in front of your left knee to your left arm, to your right arm and back. 2 more like this. And when you've completed the last one, lift with your right leg and step your right foot in between your hands. Come on up into your high lunge. Lengthening through your right leg, begin to gather up with your arms. And sense here, left glutes. You're supporting yourself with your left glutes now. As you breathe out, bend into your right knee, push down. Begin to open out with your arms. Feel into the curve in your spine. And then look forward, push your hands down. Are you moving with your intention as you gather up? And it's almost like a washing as you move your hands down. Elbows in, opening out. And pushing down. Lifting with your left arm. And see how this would be here. Move forward a bit, scoop your left arm down as if you're scooping through your bubble. And you're taking little parts of you that are towards the bottom of the bubble. You scoop them up. And then you place them in a new position. And then spiral around. Bring your palms, spiral around. Take your left hand down to the floor. And lift with your right arm. Take one more breath here. And then let your hand move down and come towards the long edge of your mat, feet parallel. Feel free to find stillness. Feel free to find undulating movement. Whatever it is that you need right now. And when you're ready, slowly rolling up. And let your feet turn slightly out. Begin to open out with your arms. As you breathe out, bend your knees, palms arrive in front of your chest. Condense to the left side. Circle around. Over to your right, you condense. You come halfway up, you open out. And then you condense to your right. Circling to your left. Opening halfway and then back down. We're going to do one more round. And here in this left and right movement, feeling into the fullness that can exist on both sides, even if one side doesn't feel as full. The possibility is there. And then arrive up to the center and open out. I feel almost like your fingertips. Maybe just wiggle your fingers there. And your fingertips, with their fat tissue, have got this life of their own. And they want to go over to one side and everything else follows. And then they want to go over to the other side. Everything follows. Feel how it is to just follow the intention of your fingertips. In some ways, it reminds me of like being a child, because children tend to be quite fingertippy, always reaching with fingertips. Exploring the space, and then see if you can explore the space in front with your fingertips, and then explore the space behind with your fingertips. Explore the space beneath. Let your fingertips really direct the movement. That you don't know what's going to happen. Your fingertips are taking charge. And then explore the space above until you feel that you've explored all of your bubble. And then arrive in the middle. Let your feet turn to parallel. Take hold, fingertips take hold of the opposite elbows and begin to bow forward. Four more breaths. Breathe your intention. And whenever you feel ready, we're going to have about 2 or so minutes for you to explore what you need to explore before we go into the next part of the yoga session, which will be more into back bending and then forward bending. So what is it you would like to explore in these next 2 or so minutes to tie up, give you a sense of completion of the stand-in part of the yoga practice? Wonderful. And wherever you are, all of us are choosing different options here. But what's uniting all of us is that we're moving with a sense of opposites, or even if we're not conscious of it, we have opposite movements happening here. And this is what's giving a sense of balance. And do check in with yourself. Like, is this where I'd like to be now? And if you're not sure, just let the decision, let your physicality make the choice. No need to control what happens next. It may be surprising what you decide to do next. And the last inquiry as you move here. Do you feel that you exist? Can you sense your existence as you move in your environment. You feel the air upon your skin. And as you move, that I'm also existing with you right now. The other people in the class, your colleagues, they're existing too. And wherever you are, make your way into lying on your front. Take your time with it. Take your time. So when you're ready and you're on your front, feel the softness of the front of your body, the softness in your belly. And then as maybe you wiggle here side to side, how the softness in your belly is a little bit of a contrast to the more structure of your back. And then travel between these opposites and arrive in a middle point that has a sense of structure and softness, the space in between the two. And bend both knees. Take your hands around your feet or your ankles. Just have a moment here. Now, before we come into this posture, there's no need to squeeze solely in your back. There's no need to let your belly go. Rather, feel into this middle place that embraces both the structure and the softness, and everything that's in between structure and softness. And begin to let your chest lift, let your shoulders move back. And we take about 4 or 5 more breaths here. So be at the height where you're not at your edge, but you feel alive as well. Two more breaths. Now, how would it be to roll onto your left side? Keep hold of your ankles and feet. Keep your head slightly up off the floor. 3 more breaths here. And then back to the center. And rock onto your right side. One more breath. And then back to the center. Keep with this middle space. As you inhale, look forward. And then breathing out, keep hold of your feet. Roll down. Keep your knees bending as you take your hands underneath your forehead. And you let your feet go side to side. And then slowly come on to all fours. moving in your wave in cat-cow. And then come into sitting. Okay, so there's a choice here, what you can do. I'll mirror you. You can bring your left foot behind, so you have this inward rotation of your left knee there. And either your right foot will rest on your left inner thigh. If you need, pop something underneath your right sit bone. Or maybe you'll take your right foot on top of your left thigh and you spiral and you come into a bind. Now, if having your knee in this internal rotation doesn't feel very nice, you can have your leg forward. You can try with your foot on the inside of your thigh, or maybe you want your right foot on top of your left. Okay, so a few options there. And then with this guidance just there, sense into yourself and begin to spiral to your right. And let your left hand go over your right knee, or if you prefer, you can take your right hand to take hold of your right foot. And that's usually the case if your foot is on top of your left thigh. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then looking forward. And you can keep your right foot on top of your left thigh if it's here, or your foot on the inside. Let your left leg outstretch if it isn't already. And we're going to bow forward. Come onto your fingertips. Push through your fingertips, look forward. And release down. Let me just do this a few more times, and you find when you get to the point where you'd like to be in stillness. Three more breaths wherever you are. And then coming on up. And release. So taking your right foot out, when a sneeze was about to happen, or take your right foot behind, whichever you prefer here. And your left foot to the inside of your right thigh, or your left foot on top of your right thigh. And then begin to spiral to the left, and your right hand comes on to your left knee. Maybe you take hold of your foot with your left hand. And at this point in the session, we're moving into this part of just letting everything settle. It's like we've explored the different aspects of us. We've put the different aspects out in this bubble, played around with it. Now we're just starting to rest within it. And then look forward. If your right leg isn't outstretched, outstretch your right leg. And bow forward. waving forward a few times. And when you want to find stillness, find stillness. One more breath here. And then coming on up. Mm-hmm. And now we bring the feet together for Baddha Konasana. And my suggestion is that we start with the hands behind. And we just do a little lift in the chest. And then begin to wave forward. Circle your hands in front. And then push through your hands, waving upwards. Circle your hands behind. Have a little lift. And then circle your hands in front. One more time. As we circle back, we find a little curve in the spine. And then circling forward, we curl through the front. Find a place in which to be still. Two more breaths. And then rolling up. Maybe have your eyes closed now and just come into an easy cross legs. Bring the backs of your hands to your knees, first finger and thumb meet. And in these next 5 breaths, simply being with this giving, receiving. So as you breathe in, receive your environment. As you breathe out, give to it. Maybe there is a particular tree that you can see, or a cloud, or patch of sky, or a person. Receiving as you inhale. Giving as you exhale. Three more here. And then when you're ready, come to lie down on your back. as we move into Shavasana. And have this sense now, as you move inward, that you're as expansive as the night sky. That every star you see in a clear night is one aspect of you. And all the darkness of the night sky, all the dark parts, and this is purely just with the color, is also you. All the parts you can see, all the parts you can't see. And what animates it all is your consciousness. So right now, rest in this consciousness, in this background. Feeling the twinkling of the stars in your fingertips, your toes, the depths in your abdomen. And just rest here. In the ground, in the background of your being.
And then slowly bring your awareness to the stillness of lying here. From this background of being, feel your breath. Maybe you sense into your thoughts coming up. And when you're ready, you can keep your eyes closed as you come onto one side and slowly come up to sitting. So in these last few moments, sense which zone of awareness you're in now. Are you in the outer zone? Aware of your environment? Your middle zone? Imaginations, hopes coming up? Are you in your inner zone? Sensations? And whichever zone you're in, sense into the background of this zone. Who is the awareness? And bringing your hands together. And joining in with an Om or a long exhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.